Hello, P4. It's Mr. Hammonds here again. It is our Tuesday regular grammar session. So I'm just going to run through the homework again. It's pretty quick and easy this week. We're focusing on exclamation marks. Now, most of you are familiar with these already. Some of you, I'm thinking of Tyven, use them way too often. So yes, basically they go at the end of a sentence instead of a question. Instead of a full stop or a question mark, and usually means the person who's saying something means it very strongly or loudly. Doesn't always mean shouting, but it can mean shouting. It certainly means something that you regard as very important. So as you can see with the car crash just there, someone's screaming, "Look out!" So it gets an exclamation mark to show that it's really, really immediate and needs attention straight away, as opposed to somebody just going, "Oh, look out!" After a car crash. Would probably need to be a little bit stronger when you're saying "look out" in that situation. So as it says here, it can show excitement or surprise. It can mean giving a warning. It can mean you're hurt. Ouch! Exclamation mark. And it can show that something happened very suddenly, very much straight away. So you've got a whole bunch of comments being made by different characters down here. Now you have to decide whether an exclamation mark needs to be put there or a question mark that way for you guys. Yep. So be careful. It is a question. It gets a question mark at the end of the sentence. If it's not a question, it's something in these cases that probably needs to be said very loudly. So remember, with questions, you've got a bunch of small number of question words that are always in a question. They're usually what, where, how, when, why. These are the 5 main question words. If they are in the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence, that's your clue that there should be a question mark at the end. However, most of the other comments are exclamation mark comments that need someone to say something very suddenly or with excitement or with passion or with anger or needs to be done right away or urgently. So yes, you need to choose which of these sentences gets the question mark and which of them gets the exclamation mark. Moving right along. Now, with this one, a little bit more complicated, but not really. What you're doing is looking at each picture and giving it a sentence that makes sense. So, for example, I'm not going to use the examples here. Perhaps somebody was in what am I going to think of here? Okay, down at the beach, digging a hole. Oh, that's already happening there, isn't it, in number 1? Well, there you go. I'm going to help you out with number 1. Person was digging a hole at the beach, found some treasure. What are they going to say? Are they going to say, "Oh, found some gold"? Or they're going to say, "Whoa, found some gold," or found some treasure, or found whatever? I think probably the second one, but you decide. What I'm going to ask you to do is find a sentence or come up with your own sentence for each of these pictures and decide whether or not they get an exclamation mark. I'm going to give you a clue. They all need exclamation marks. So just find a sentence that you know will need an exclamation mark at the end. Dup, dup. And lastly, right at the bottom, practice your punctuation. This is just the same as previous weeks. In this case, all you need to do is to correct the capital letters and the full stops. And some are going to need question marks and some are going to need exclamation marks. So again, you decide what goes at the end of the sentence. At the moment, all those sentences need some punctuation help. So I'll give you a clue. They all need capital letters and they all need something at the end of each sentence. So have a look at those, fix them up, and you're done. That's it. Tuesday's finished. All done. All done! Exclamation mark. Okay.